durable goods are rising and a sure sign that the recession is about to... I think, gee, I could have ended the recession months ago if I'd realized. Yes.
Anecdotal evidence of the speeding up of time and the increase of novelty is there for each one of us by just even walking into a record store. You can listen to music from all over the world and way back in time, and novelty, immense novelty, is just available to.
That's right. You're in all cultures are embedded in this culture. I mean, on this island, you can find Amazonian Indians, you can find Sufi saints, you can find Satanists, it's all here, probably within walking distance of where we're sitting. Synchronicity, coincidence, all that stuff is very peculiar. I remember, this will be the last anecdote. I was in a restaurant a few years ago in Malibu with a bunch of Hollywood people, and there was this woman there, this French woman, and she wasn't terribly hip, but she had been introduced by somebody to my shtick, and so we were all there, and she said, this mushroom, you say that it speaks to you, but I don't understand speak. What do you mean? And I said, well, it can take on various persona. For instance, I'm thinking since she was a film producer, I should appeal to her industry. I said, remember the role that Steiger played in The Pawnbroker? Well, sometimes the mushroom is like that. And at that moment, Steiger leaned across the table to be introduced to everybody. And so then we all shook hands with Rod Steiger. He went back to his table, and Ralph Abraham, who had been sitting across from this French woman and I, watching this whole thing, leaned over and said to me, you see, Terence, it's just the mushroom's way of showing you that it can reach out and touch you anywhere. Anyway, the mushroom is very much like Rod Steiger. I said to it once, what are you doing on this planet? It said, listen, you're a mushroom, you live cheap. This was not such a bad neighborhood till the monkeys went nuts. Which is true, actually. All right. We've probably staved off serious work just about as long as we can. Unless someone insists. No. Okay. Well, today's thing is sort of a return to a more orthodox educational kind of mode. Hopefully not to such a degree that it's boring. But the agenda is to talk about Hermeticism and alchemy, and the way in which this tradition, which is counterintuitive and heterodox, if not heretical from the point of view of Christianity, and what it can mean for the present, what it means for the psychedelic experience, what it means for the notion of the end of history, and how the loss of this point of view has probably done us a certain amount of damage. The great tension in the Middle Ages was between, the late Middle Ages, was between the magical schema, the magical view of human beings, and the Christian view. And the Christian view is very strongly marked by the idea that of man's fall, that we screwed up early on, and somehow then, by virtue of that, We're forced into a secondary position in the cosmic drama. We are doing penance as we speak. The world is a vale of tears. The lot of human beings is to till hard land, and we are cursed unto the 19th generation or something like that by the fall of our first parents. And we can be redeemed. I'm giving you the Christian rap. We can be redeemed through Christ, but we don't deserve it. It is, if you are saved, it is because there is a kind of a hand extended to you from a merciful God who is willing to overlook your wormy nature and draw you up in spite of yourself. And this is deep in us, no matter how, whether you may not think you've bought in because you're black or because you're Chinese or something, but it's just in the air we breathe. It's what Western civilization makes you think, whether you want to think it or not. Even if you don't come out of these traditions, for us, the concept of that you've got to pay your dues, that's what it comes down